soccer. Doesn't get any better than this.
Definitely does not. Buckeyes are going to be rocking their black kits here today. A lovely sight to see with the white numbers, while Louisville will be walking the red and white striped jerseys with the red numbering. Buckeyes will be shooting on the right of two nets, while the Cardinals will be shooting on the left of two nets. And we're in play here. Be quite interesting to see how this starts, obviously, for the Buckeyes, just playing a little bit aggressive and losing some possession. Again, Buckeyes in their white and red stripes. Louisville, that black and red. Slip and fall through mid here, and it'll be kind of interesting to see just how the Buckeye offense continues to go. Only 3 goals in the 4 games they have played. 2 of those games, Harrison, as well, they weren't able to score a single goal.
No, and one of those games was against Akron, and that was a tough loss for them, too. But right there with that Akron team, but ultimately just you can only do so much defensively, but can't win games if you can't score goals.
Already have a shot on goal here for Louisville, and they're going to go fast. A chip away from Nick McHenry. Listed as a defender, but actually Nick McHenry, one of the Buckeyes that has a goal. They use him on a lot of those corner set pieces.
They really do, and he's been one of those guys that I would also expect to have a big step-up game tonight. Young guy, sophomore, but has slotted into this roster very, very well early this season.
Been somewhat dangerous, and a dangerous fall to the ground there for Luciano Pacoda. Gets up good enough, and the Cardinals are back on the move, really just controlling these first couple minutes of play. Kamara's got it. Kamara on the 1-on-2. Stolen away from Andre Roberts at the last moment in the box. Buckeyes trying to play this heavy press, but it's allowing some open passing angles for the Cardinals.
That almost seems a little bit reminiscent of what happened last game, right, Luke? Where Ohio State just allowed Akron to have a lot of these touch passes, and they broke free as a lot. The Zips were able to find those holes, and they were able to score those goals. And ultimately, that's what the deciding factor was. So Ohio State cannot have those same mistakes like they did last time.
Mistakes are killer, and I think for the Buckeyes, of course, didn't really battle till the end of the game, dropped those 2 goals relatively early in towards it. But we did get to see the first time of the year Nathan Demian out in the field. I mean, recovering from an injury, didn't play the first couple games, but I mean, Harrison, what does having a senior player like that, even coming from the bench and being able to play, do to this team?
Yeah, that's veteran leadership right there, almost coming in right. You try and spark your team, especially being down 2-0, which essentially what led to him coming in, right? Will Anderson had to come off, and that's what led to the Demian substitution. But Brian Mazonoff, he knows that Demian could be the spark, veteran guy.
Kamara pass away, shot and goal! Cardinals are going to strike early. Chase Vasquez, his 3rd goal of the season. The Cardinals waste no time to break open Trejo's back lays.
Well, and again, that's, Ohio State defense just gave them an open hole, and Chase Vasquez able to get a good pass from his Cardinal teammate. Ultimately gets it through the legs of Max Trejo, and Louisville strikes first early. And that is a dream start for the Cardinals coming into Columbus, and for Ohio State immediately on the back foot.
And a team that has somewhat prided themselves on defense in the Buckeye back end. Trejo, really honestly, tough way to communicate that. It was a breakdown of the defense, which is exactly how Akron scored against them. You go from Kamara to Vasquez, and it is just the crispest pass you have ever seen. The Cardinals are up 1-0 here. Obviously, Harrison, it is a long game, but it's going to be even longer if the Buckeyes have to face the pressure that the Cardinals have put on for this first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it really was. And now Ohio State, a team with offensive troubles, have got to find a way to get that goal back.
Got to try and find something downfield here. And obviously for the Buckeyes, not only some of those struggles on defense against Akron, but 2 games this year have recorded no goals themselves. So just trying to find who is going to be that front line. And obviously when you lose a player like Michael Adedukin, first round pick, obvious MVP of everybody last year, won the Herman Award. It's a lot of space to fill.
That is a lot of space to fill, and somebody's got to fill those big shoes, but nobody has really stood out. Look at this, though.
Flag is up. This is going to be offsides. The chance there from Michael Lee, who just went a little bit too gas.
Yeah, he really did, but would have been a really solid opportunity for Louisville if that happened again. Again, almost the same thing happened. It's just a breakdown of Ohio State defense that almost led to a clear chance of getting a goal.
They're playing fast, and I think the Cardinals, that's one of their strong suits. It's the reason that they were able to beat that #1 Stanford team at home, so they had the home crowd. But a little bit of a run in here, a combination. And Buckeyes will get possession here. Maybe just a chance to breathe after the Cardinals have just been right in their face. Again, the assist from that goal will go to Bilal Kamara. His 2nd assist of the year. And for Vasquez, that's also going to put him in the team-leading position in points. Not only does Vasquez now have 3 goals on the season, but also 2 assists.
He's been pretty. Yeah, sorry, look, he's been pretty efficient. 3 goals now, and what would be 4 shots on goal.
Mm-hmm. And just being able to settle things down. I mean, Louisville looks comfortable here. Quick pass upside. Buckeyes tried to play it through Nick Skubis. Just couldn't find that speed.
Yeah, Luke, you mentioned it earlier. Louisville has just been in Ohio State's face just so early in this game. Just fast past 5 minutes, and I haven't seen Ohio State in Louisville's side of the field really at all.
They haven't had the chance for possession quite yet. As we mentioned, it is a pretty long game here, but for the Buckeyes, just trying to find their offensive drive, which obviously not only losing out of Dukin, but David Ajagby as well. 2 really big offensive players that not only were good at shooting themselves, but were such good passers, were such good setters up for the rest of the team, as looks like Roberts will get beat to this one.
Some point in the season, the story will become, well, you lost 2 of your best players, Ohio State that is. You lost 2 of your best players. Okay, it's not going to be when those shoes will be filled. It's a matter of really if. That's your worst case scenario, really if. And they're such hard shoes to fill too, Luke.
Yeah.
It's not an easy task.
Buckeyes lost that one off of Nick Skubis, almost a hand touch there at the end. But yeah, as you mentioned, it's so much space to fill, but also you can't. How long can you take that as an excuse? I mean, it's already been 4 games now. You have playing experience for a lot of these players, and I guess my question is maybe do you start tapping into some of these young freshmen that you've got on the bench? Goal kick coming out here from Svetanov. Svetanov has played all 5 games now here for the Cardinals. 5 saves, 0 goals allowed. 100% save percentage. They, along with Akron last week, were one of 12 teams who hadn't allowed a goal in NCAA play. Buckeyes are just trying to hold some possession after that early Chase Vasquez goal. And I think when you talk about a chance for a younger guy as well, I mean, Harrison Vasquez is only a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, Chase Vasquez has got a lot of potential just being a redshirt sophomore. He's mostly a bench player last year, 327 total minutes. 5th consecutive start for the man, and he's at least, played 50 minutes so far per game.
It's been good so far, Buckeyes. This is their biggest chance. Borkovich off of his foot. He'll lose it. Noah DeBlasis was the one on that battle, and Buckeyes will take possession back, but it's not as good as that one-on-one chance was.
It really wasn't a good defensive play tonight. De Blassis and smartly gives it to his goalkeeper, Setnoff, who just calmly really kicks it out of play for Ohio State to not have a chance.
About 10 minutes gone here from Columbus, Ohio, as Louisville's going to get tangled up. Wanting a card, I think. Jack Lewis, hands in the air. They'll get possession, but I think it was a little bit of just a mutual collision from what I saw.
I'm not sure. I think Jack Lewis might be pleading for an free advantage, because, yeah, that ball is to Louisville, but they still had the ball when the whistle was blown. Could have had a chance at the net.
And that's good physical play from the Buckeyes. I mean, that would have been another 2-on-2 opportunity. They already got burned on one of those in the 3rd minute of the game. For McHenry, though, will look forward. Binocular eyes searching downfield. Tanner Creech, who swapped numbers from 9 to 31 2 weeks ago, passes it away to Roberts. Creech back on this wing. Creech inside. Was looking long there for Nick Skubis, but couldn't find him. Along with that, quite interesting here to see Louisville. It felt like in the first 5 minutes, Harrison just went uber aggressive, and now they're just kind of letting the game simmer out.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple minutes ago, when Ohio State, when they were in this part of the field, you would see Louisville, everyone was pressing, and they're kind of doing it again, but just the pressure that Louisville had showed almost forced Ohio State into a couple mistakes, and now they're kind of laying back and see if Ohio State can really capitalize on the space.
Long ball that time for Skubis. An astronaut without a tether, no space there. Cardinals will get it back. Pushing forward here, a little bit of a collision. On the side, they'll move it. Buckeyes. Right side look, passing again to the left. Off the head, it goes no in. Cardinals have been very good about those defensive touches so far, but this time, Donovan Williams will steal it away. Moving forward, slide tackle. Punch in. 3v1 from the Cards, gets it out of the box. Calming things down now for the Buckeyes. A best offensive drive so far that we've seen. Nick McHenry. Big Ten all-freshman team. Last year, just a sophomore, and here's a good look. Up the left side, they play the through ball. Creech was looking, but just couldn't find the angle, bounced out of bounds.
Yeah, just went a little bit behind that pass was for Creech. He was there, though. He was really close. Just anything a little bit just ahead of him, and could have had a really good shot on that.
And yet it falls back, a pull down. Will get whistled. Again, no card. Louisville wanting it, and they may review it here. So just to update, there are now 8 teams, Harrison, that remain unscored on in the NCAA. Akron, Utah Valley, CSUN, Georgia Southern, Louisville, NC State, and Portland, along with Penn. Just giving a little bit of an explanation to John Michael Hayden, head coach of the Cardinals.
You might be wondering why there wasn't a card on that either.
There's been some contact so far.
Yeah. Well, either way, no review. Play on. This should be Louisville's ball.
Another dangerous fast chance. So that time it was a 1v3, so not as good as the 2v2. But boy, Louisville is playing fast. There's a reason that, I mean, again, just last week before the rankings came in this morning, they were unranked. They received a few votes just on the outskirts. But now as the number 6 ranked team, and Harrison, I don't think they want to stop at number 6.
No,
I think they want to keep moving.
No, they will not stop.
especially with a win here tonight.
It just goes to show you that preseason rankings don't really all that matter that much. When the season starts, that's when you really know who's going to maybe have a chance at going at a run at their conference championship and maybe at the College Cup. And certainly Louisville is one of those teams.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, is not only win a conference championship, but get your guys a chance to play deep into that College Cup. Buckeyes last year went to the College Cup and was actually tied for their best performance ever as a men's soccer team. Made that Final Four. Trying to repeat that this year, of course, without those offensive pieces. Nice workaround. Denial from Tomas Gile.
Big Ten champions, too, might we add. How to go against Michigan in this very pitch and came out victorious in that one.
They shattered the attendance record 3 times last year here at Jesse Owens. I was there for that Michigan game. I mean, it was over 10,000 people, no sitting room and no standing room either.
That was a sight to see, especially on TV.
Bouncer last off of Pacoda here will be Louisville ball.
I mean, you had people on the track basically trying to watch this game.
Buckeyes, though, will need a goal here in this game if they want to try and recreate some of that winning success. Just about 15 minutes off the clock here. They've got a long ball chance. It looks like Michael Lee partnered up with Jack Lewis.
Yeah, they're going to do a set play piece here.
Long ball opportunity. Max Trejo has already let in 1 goal today. Long shot from Lee. Played in. Trejo makes the save. It's a routine one at that.
Yeah.
So, the Buckeyes have been relatively dominant at home this season and past season. For more on that, let's head on down to Mason Jarrell on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Before Friday night's loss to Akron, Ohio State had built one of the toughest home records in college soccer. The Buckeyes had gone unbeaten in 17 straight matches here at Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium, a run that stretched back to 2023. Last season, they were 10-0-4 on this field, and they opened this year 2-0 at home. Tonight, they'll try to start a new streak against Louisville team that has not yet allowed a goal in the 2025 season. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Mason. Appreciate all those details on the home streak for the Buckeyes. And quite interesting that, obviously, without some of those offensive pieces, the offense has sort of fell apart. But, I mean, those first 2 home games were a real promising sign. Even though they let in a late goal against Temple, I think the Oakland game really showed what this team can be, that they can win good and close games.
They really can. But ultimately, the pieces have to come together. That's the end of the story, really. Got to find a way to score goals.
And score they won't on this attempt. Bunted out of the box there. Donovan Williams receives in the back line. They're going to try it again. Nick McHenry in a one-on-one duel. It's going to go too long, and it's going to go for a goal kick.
Hey, look, we can praise Ohio State's defense as much as you want because let's be honest, it's really good. Max Trejo is an outstanding goalkeeper. And cliche saying, defense wins games, but you need to score goals if you want to actually win the game. So, yeah, as much as defense is really important, if you have no offensive success, it's going to be really, really tough to win your games, especially as you progress down to your schedule and you enter conference play.
Big Ten is pretty stacked this year, and for the Buckeyes, as you mentioned, the offensive struggles in the bottom 50 of NCAA Division I teams in both scoring offense and average points. Like you said, I mean, ties aren't the end of the world, but defense is only going to get you so far. A couple teams ranked inside the top 25 for the Big Ten, biggest of which, Indiana. I mean, they've been on a real good streak, of course. Got to see a couple players transfer away from Indiana. Joel Demian, the brother of Nathan, joined the Buckeyes. And I mean, Indiana right now 5-0-1. They've been pretty dominant, and that is probably the biggest game right now in the Buckeye schedule.
Yeah, they'll play Indiana in just about a month. We'll play them at Indiana.
Long shot off the post. A ringer from Michael Lee bounces right. And another good chance for the Cardinals turned aside. Had the passing options of Kamara and Vasquez open, but a cannon there from Michael Lee. Played advantage to the Buckeyes and eventually won't be whistled down.
Boy, Michael Lee just let that rip, didn't he? And that was a good shot, but just hit the post. Max Trejo, I would be thinking your post right now. Could easily be 2-0 right now.
He got a good jump on it, though. Trejo, of course, just trying to get that first touch. Made one save so far. 2 shots on goal. Long ball coming for Borkovic. Too far. Yeah, too far.
Almost saved it, though. He stopped midway in his run. I think if he didn't stop, he would have had a chance at it.
They're going to say it didn't go out of the back touchline, so yeah, throw in here.
And this could be a good chance for Ohio State if you're able to undercut this throw-in.
Toss in here for Louisville. It's a really nice throw-in, honestly, with the Buckeyes overtake it. Possession back through mid in Joel Demian. The Vancouver, Canada native gets it to Pacoda. Right side look now. Roberts the giveaway. Ooh, huge slide tackle comes in. Jack Lewis must have got like 5 or 6 feet on that slide.
Yeah, he really did, didn't he? That was a really good defensive effort.
And it's those tiny things. It's not a corner kick. It's a throw-in for the Buckeyes. Roberts goes long, no crosser, but the follow-up from Gile is denied. Good chunk away, and here's a runner. Vasquez on the one-on-one will lose it out. Donovan Williams gets that away to Trejo.
Great hustle by Donovan Williams.
Still 1-0 from Columbus as the 3rd minute strike from Louisville still lingers on the scoreboard. And honestly, I think pretty big as well when you talk about Kamara, who got that assist back in the goal. I mean, he's somebody who transferred from Limestone College back in 2024, joined the team and immediately found success. I mean, last year only played 650 or so minutes, but still had a goal and 3 assists.
Yeah, he really definitely part of his team's roster so far. Core member for sure.
He's found his place among the starting lineup. Pacoda has got it through mid, but again, this Louisville Cardinal defense, I mean, we've been giving their offense some credit, but boy, Harrison, their defense looks good too.
It really does. Again, one of the few teams to have not let up a goal so far this season.
And they've kept that so far this game. See who the Buckeyes want to take for this free kick. It's a really dangerous spot. There's enough space to really arc it along that wall. For right now, Joel Demian and Marco Borkovic sit side by side. Usually Borkovic is the one to take it. Borkovic will. Inside it goes, headed out by the Cardinals as it bounces back to Williams. Still alive for the Buckeyes through Demian. Bouncing in, bouncing off, and a long look. Running for it was Nick Skubis, and they'll give him the corner.
This is the first. Second now, that free kick was a really good opportunity for Ohio State. This will be arguably the second best opportunity Ohio State has had this match.
And they've been deadly on these corners. One of their biggest goals of the season, Borkovic to McHenry. And this is where Nick McHenry specializes. Borkovic delivers right into the box, off of a Cardinal, and then ricocheting out again. Joel Demian picks up the pieces and moves it up to Andre Roberts. Roberts goes inside. Tanner Creech jumped for it, but it ricochets back down. Voltaic strike coming through. Long look. Archer! What a jumping save from Svetanov.
Yeah, that was a really, really good chance there.
Buckeyes are starting to find pieces.
Yeah, they are. A really good shot by Marko Borkovic, and Svetanov really had to work for that one. Good. Did a good job to track it, and just the athletic ability to jump up and go for it. Ultimately saves that goal, keeps it clean sheet against Ohio State.
1-for-1 work there. Roberts wins it back against Kamara, who had initially beat him. But, man, that really had some arc on it. Had he not jumped the full length of the crossbar, probably would have gone in.
I think it would have gone in.
But probably doesn't get you close enough for the Buckeyes. You need to hit the lace. So far, in 115 minutes, they have not scored. Game over game. That Akron, and now a giveaway. One-on-one pop high. Luckily, Donovan Williams gets a good left boot on it. And that one soars with the Eagles all the way up to the skyline. Cardinals looking here through Bilal Kamara. The Paris, France native. Trades it on back to the back line. Heavy work here from the Buckeyes and sort of a good back and forth. And again, it's been a little bit more mellow from this Louisville offense.
You want to talk about Ohio State shaking things up. Here comes Ashton Bilo. He's going to make his season debut.
Which is surprising to say.
Yeah, last year's team's most improved player.
Bilo will head in, but interestingly enough, we have got an amazing student crew here producing this game, because this game is being produced by students at Ohio State University as part of the Big Ten Network Student U program, an on-campus experience that is unique to the Big Ten. Student U is part of educational mission to teach the next generation of sports production professionals. For more information, visit bigtennetwork.com/studentu. Would not be able to do what we do without the amazing students beside us. Of course, also training the next generation of broadcast talent. Both myself, Harrison, and Mason, all students as well.
It's been fun, hasn't it, Luke?
It's been heck of a time here. So many different sports opportunities, and cannot thank Big Ten Plus enough. Buckeyes, though, trying to get their way in, and a really long ball from Marko Borkovic. Flies to the edge line. Joel Demian will just say, no, that's going out. We'll take the corner.
It looked like Demian was fighting the sun a little bit. Had that hand up in his eyes, trying to cover the sun. Lost track of the ball, but kind of works out for him because Ohio State's got a corner kick coming up.
This is big. Borkovic from this spot specifically, these top edges of the corners, has been so good, so accurate. With 18 minutes left to go in the first half, Borkovic will take it. Maidenhead, England is where he's from. And he hails this one into the box. Off of a Cardinal, ricocheting out. Really good defense again, getting the head involved on that one on the back post. The Buckeyes, though, with some consistent possession. Here's a run. Here's a longer shot that'll get reflected out.
Oh, it's Bilo with a chance there.
Nice little crosser try. That time, though, again, Cardinal defense playing strong. It's not only been that, again, their offenses look so stellar. You go back to their opener game against Southern Indiana, 6-0. Then they beat UAB away, and then IU Indiana, they beat 4-0 at home. It's not only been their offense, but Again, one of 8 teams that have not allowed a goal in Division I men's soccer.
Just a stellar team, both sides of the ball. If there's a textbook team for kids to watch, I would look at Louisville Cardinals men's soccer.
And I think, Harrison, you could also argue they are in one of the toughest conferences in Division I men's soccer as well.
Virginia Tech's in that conference. That's one of the teams Ohio State lost to. That was their season opener loss. So 1-0 loss for the Buckeyes, but ACC is not an easy conference for any team.
Pushing forward and showing some of that ACC offense through the Cardinals. I think it is quite interesting, though, when you look at the Big Ten. They have a very interesting tournament format that's somewhat different than what some of the other conferences run. It's basically a gauntlet. Almost everybody gets in, but if you're a lower seed, you've got to win a lot of arduous games over and over again.
It is pretty cutthroat.
Which I think makes it fun. Give me the 8 seed. Give them a chance.
Yeah. But ultimately, that produces teams, that showcases rather the teams who have struggled and the teams who are really good and have a really good chance at making a good NCAA tournament run. Ohio State was one of those teams last year.
And I think one of the bigger things when we talk about audience, a lot of those Big Ten games are home field advantage. Other than the semifinals, which was played in Chicago last year, every team that was the higher seed got to use their home crowd. And I think having 10,000 fans behind this team was definitely something that helped them.
Well, Mason said it earlier that Ohio State had their win streak starting back in 2023. And certainly that win streak really shows how big of a home field advantage it was for the Buckeyes.
They've been really, really good at home, but for Louisville, they've hit a couple of milestones for themselves as well. Being a great team, building year over year here. With the opportunity to do it again. And you were talking about Mason. Let's hear from him again. Mason Jarrell down on sideline.
Thanks, guys. Something to keep in mind tonight, Louisville is sitting on 399 all-time victories as a program. That means the Cardinals are just one win away from 400 mark in school history. And they have a chance to do it here on the road versus Ohio State. And right now it is 1-0. So very well possible. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Mason, and a huge milestone on the horizon for them. Also for the Buckeyes, they're very close to 500 wins for themselves as a program, just 3 away from that number, 2 away from 300 wins at home, which would be a big thing to hit. But with that loss to Akron, it seems like it's getting further and further away.
Yeah, that's going to become a little bit of a taller task if the season doesn't go the way that Ohio State wants it to. But for Louisville, I mean, 400th win for this program is off to a pretty good start right now, 1-0. Just 3.5 minutes into this match.
And we were talking about some of the Ohio State upcoming schedule, but boy, Louisville does not have it easy. We talked about the ACC being stacked with ranked teams. They've got to play number 17 Kentucky at home later in the year. They've got at Duke, who's number 14 right now in the standings. Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, all of them. Quite interesting to see how those games will shake up.
October 31st, Pitt will be their last game. They'll play them at home. That too isn't easy, and no. That's not going to be an easy game for the Cardinals either, though.
They were ranked number 10 in last week's NCAA rankings. The Buckeyes, though, ranking the offense ahead of defense right now. Big shoulder tap comes through. Buckeyes are going to get possession in a dangerous spot.
Yeah, I would expect a set piece here. Marko Borkovic sent it into the box. Look for a header.
Still 1-0 here. Cardinals lead. But the Buckeyes, as you mentioned, with a really big chance. Borkovic has been taking the bulk of these. And again, you look at the lead man in the box is Nick McHenry. He's listed as a defender, but on so many of these set pieces, he has the power leg to get it done.
That's how he got his first goal, too.
Here's the Borkovich lead, and it's a shot and high over. Good leap again from Svetinov. And I don't hate that.
No, I don't either. I was a good look. Had a really good look on it. But ultimately, too much power and a little bit too high.
11 and change left to go here after Borkovich skied one out. Here's a 2-on-1, but the give up. Zombar Onati getting some of his time. He's played all 4 games, actually. 2 shot attempts so far in the season. And this is where you can bring out some of those younger guys. You are down 1. It's kind of a test and trial period. Buckeyes will go with some more substitution as well. Aaron Hurge and Niall Waugh both entering the game. Buckeyes will have to play it patient now with these new pieces. And this one ricochets out of bounds before hitting the heels of Ashton Bilo. A look down the field here. Good shoulder tap there after entering from Niall Waugh. DeBlasis was on that defending end. And Svetinov, even though he's made a couple of saves, has been very patient about guiding the traffic around him.
Yeah, he really has. And it's what makes him really, really good as a goalkeeper. Just so much poise, just stays calm. Been around for a while to say that he's got his 100th career save. Maybe back in the Stanford game a couple of days ago.
And I mean, Stanford pelted him. I was surprised they didn't score. But here at Big Ten Plus, there's no plus like home on Big Ten Plus. In addition to live games, your subscription includes exclusive access to Big Ten's network's library of classic games, award-winning original programming, and specially curated digital channels that highlight your favorite Big Ten school 24/7. Explore all Big Ten Plus has to offer on the app or on BigTenPlus.com. I've seen some of their amazing content pieces, some about Ohio State. They had some good one on some of the different football programs around the country, too.
That's very cool. I have not dabbled around the Big Ten Plus website to know enough what I can watch, but truth be told, I know there's some really good stuff on there. You might have to tell me about this later.
Yeah, so some media, some different background information, and a whole lot of games, that's for sure. So appreciate those that support not only Student U, but Big Ten Plus as well. For the Buckeyes, they had a good offensive stretch there, but again, just could not lay in the goal.
Well, they certainly had some really good looks. Truth be told, it almost seems like a goal is coming for Ohio State. Louisville's offense has fallen pretty flat for about 20 minutes now. 20, 25 minutes, I should say. And Ohio State has it's relatively slower pace than maybe what we're used to seeing, Luke. But you almost get the feeling that it's definitely coming. This goal is definitely coming. But I don't want to announcer's jinx, but Louisville's defense, Alex Svetinov has been perfect, and it wouldn't be surprised me, just like how Louisville held off Stanford out of all the shots that Stanford made. Svetinov was perfect. That defense was perfect. Would not surprise me if Ohio State pressured them like Stanford did, that Ohio State still doesn't score.
I think the biggest problem for the Buckeyes is just finding that goal. I mean, you go back to the Akron game. At halftime, they led in shots 9-5. They had more chances, but just could not find the back of the net. And then you start out the second half, and then Akron lays in a second goal, and then the offense just falls flat. So I think this 7.5-minute period might be the most important period of the game for the Buckeyes.
It's all about momentum. If you can just carry the momentum into the second half, you never know what can happen.
And with so many power pieces subbing in, obviously you talk about Bilo in his first game of the season, first appearance on the two-tone turf. But along with some other young guys as well, I mean, Aaron Hurge has played in all games. I think the one big worry about Aaron Hurge is he leads the team in cards. He's got 2 yellow cards throughout the year so far, so just trying to limit those penalties.
That team had, Ohio State had 3 last game against Akron. Gile Pacoda had 1, and you said it, Aaron Hurge had 1 too.
Not only that, but Coach Mazanoff got 1 2 games ago
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. We were calling that game. That was a really interesting one for Mazanoff to get.
He loves speaking up for his team, though, and give him credit where credit is due. I mean, you talk about 2 seasons ago, we were alluded to kind of what had happened for the Buckeyes to bounce back. I mean, they went 6-6-6. Not joking, half the team was injured.
That team was very injury-stricken.
And to have the confidence in your guys to bounce that back into guys that obviously wanted to stay, buy into this program. You talk about a Max Trejo. He showed some really good stuff, and I was wondering if he was going to go off to the draft. NCAA best goals against average, but he stays. And I think the Buckeyes are very thankful for that because the score could be much more.
He's been astounding for them so far this season. Didn't play last game against Akron. That was Patrick McLaughlin's net.
Mm-hmm. McLaughlin beat the Zips last year, but the Buckeyes fell 0-2. Not able to find any goals, but also I think for McLaughlin, you can say those 2 goals were somewhat savable, but it is also his first game of the year. I mean, this is his first time he's touching the grass.
Yeah, that's got to be hard for him. He's a redshirt sophomore, so he is still young.
Yeah.
Expect him to take the reins of the net when Max Trejo inevitably leaves after the season.
Trejo definitely out of eligibility years after this year. I think that battle will be quite interesting. R.J. Stoller is the kind of third man along with Luke Larimore. Stoller did get a few games of appearance last year, but again, it was kind of that main duo that held things down. Under 5 to go here, though, and the Cardinals are really starting to push the issue. Up the right side, clearing ball, bounce off a Buckeye for a corner. Still deciding who's going to take it here for the Cardinals. Actually, we're waiting for a ball. Had rotated out.
I think they're calling this a throw-in, Luke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Must have just gotten a weird ricochet angle. Cardinals throw in through Parham, and that one rolls right to Trejo. Nice, easy, and post pickup. Trejo will hold. 3.5 minutes left to go here. Long lurking ball. Rampages through mid. But it's the Cardinals that are really battling for it. Buckeyes won it and they'll get it. Approaching 3 minutes left to go. Tied up in shot count 3-3. But Cardinals have the lead in shots on goal 2-1. Ashton Bilo from New Albany, Ohio. One of those homegrown talents that has really grown into a special player. And funny enough, Bilo, as much as he would love to pursue a career in professional soccer, he wants to become a teacher. Roberts trying to teach them offense. Works it a 1-for-1. Back. Bilo. Shot. Low and saved.
Oh, that was a really good look there by Ashton Bilo. First shot of the season. That's not a bad look. Ultimately, though, Alex Fetnoff, a little bit easy as they come by. Just came right to him. Didn't really need to move around the box.
Somewhat dastardly of a save. Similar to his favorite TV show, loves to enjoy Ozark and his time away from the net. Play to the left side here through Wilson. Wilson bounces it off a Buckeye, and that time Roberts sent it out of bounds. This should be a corner.
Yeah, right now this is probably Louisville's best opportunity we've seen in a long time. At this point, hasn't been on Ohio State's side in about 30 minutes now. But a minute and a half to go. Can very well do something here.
Leon Kondic will be the one to take it. The man from Slovenia off of his right boot. Into the box, off a Cardinal head. Wanting some sort of contact foul there. Ryan Quintos got the first touch, but they're not going to whistle it down. So Trejo will deliver back. We've got about 60 seconds left to go of game time in the first half. We'll see what the Buckeyes want to do with it. If they just want to play it patient or if they want to go all out. Long chunker to the right side bench. Buckeyes will play it down low. Zombar Onati. Long look again. Tomas Gile involved. It's an open net. Collision in the box. Heart-wrenching as no whistle yet.
Well, I got two players down right now.
Tomas Gile ran in there trying to deliver an open net shot. And credit to the Cardinal defenseman. Couldn't exactly see who he was, but skied it.
Well, he's still down right now, but that was ultimately a open net potentially. Had Gile gotten free, but that ball got cleared by that Louisville defenseman, and again, could not tell who that was.
The Louisville player will still be down on the ground, and Tomas Gile back up on his feet, albeit somewhat limping.
That was a heavy collision between those two.
And it'd be interesting to see what they eventually call this. I mean, Tomas, like we said, had kind of worked that inside. You wonder if it's a penalty in the box. This could really change things up with 30 seconds to go.
I think if it was a penalty, we'd have to have another look at it. At least initially. Oh, here you go.
Oh.
Well, that's...
He kind of pushes
That's
Gile down.
Yeah, that's Ulanyenka Ugonlea. Presume that's him who's still down right now.
Olayinka Ogunleye.
Yeah, the elbow certainly came up, didn't it, Luke?
Yeah, he kind of got wrapped up around Tomas Gile, and the interesting thing is you do have to control your body still in soccer after the play. Kind of landed on him as well. Even though that's not going to feel good, that's not necessarily a legal play.
Well, Brian Mazonoff's getting an explanation right now. Would not surprise me if they review this at some point. Oh, yeah, they are.
So we will. A secondary look. And Harrison as well. I mean, look at the time clock. 30 seconds left to go. You talked about momentum. This could be something that really ignites the Buckeyes and maybe even gives them a chance.
Well, Ohio State had it really for the latter half of this half. Just Louisville just fell a little bit flat offensively, defensively just hanging on, and the Bucks are smelling blood.
So again, looking at this possible penalty, possible nothingness, here's a good look at it. Really, both hands extended there from Magunlie.
I think, to be honest, the first look we had prior, I think that might be our best shot. Because you definitely can see the angle, or his elbow rather, just come up, hit Gile in the face.
And it's kind of that follow-up.
Right,
He hits him and then kind of pushes him as well. We do hope Agunlea is okay. I mean, he took a big hit as well.
Yeah, I'd expect him to get subbed off, and
But the question is, what is the result here?
Yeah, well, 30 seconds. We got a decision here, though. This could be an important decision, most important decision of the match.
Svetanov does not look happy. Still explaining it, obviously. Agunlie. Back up and standing, always a really good sign.
Yeah, that's a good sign. And we'll have to see if he'll get subbed off, and if he does, if he'll come back for the start of the second half.
I'll look at it again. Elbow to the head of Tomas Gile, and then a push down to the ground in the box. The dangerous open netter that almost played on. Niall Waugh was the Buckeye player there that, I mean, was just inches away from slotting
Yeah,
one.
it really was. And Louisville I'm going to avoid the penalty, I think.
Tomas Gile will head back to the injury sub-in. And so will Agunlie. So, 30 seconds left. They'll call it no penalty and sent back into mid. I think that's a tough break for the Buckeyes.
That is a tough break. I think they had a case to make there, but ultimately I think you could say Gile and Gunlea, they were going for it. They were jawing at each other for the ball, and ultimately those referees will let it go.
Yeah, I mean, Mazanov also just wants to get into halftime.
Yeah.
Get in clean. Time starting to expire here, and it'll hit 0-0. So first half done here for the Cardinals. The lone goal at minute 3 from Chase Vasquez via Bilal Kamara scores them the lone goal on the board.
Ultimately, I think if you allow Louisville to get another goal on you, it might be game over. Just be on the back foot, heavy on the back foot then. But we'll see, right? It's the second half. You got 45 minutes to do something.
Buckeyes will start with possession here. Still in their white and red kits, shooting on the left of 2 nets. Louisville in their black and red Cardinal kits will be shooting on Max Trejo on the right of our 2 nets. 45 minutes now set on the clock and ready to go here in half number 2. Live from Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. And interestingly enough for the Buckeyes, kind of leaving on some of those subs that we got to see nearing halftime. Zombar Onati, the one that sticks out to me, the redshirt sophomore from Cleveland, Ohio. But interestingly enough, due to sub rules, Harrison, here in the second half it changes. In the second half, if you sub out at any point, you can no longer sub back in.
Yeah, we'll see what Brian Mazanoff has in store, what strategy he wants to cook up for his Buckeye squad. Just try and gain some offensive chances like this one right here.
Onati looking back towards mid. Borkovich on the run and a 1-for-1 from Pakoda. Good defense again from the Cardinals as a 2-on-2 opportunity turned aside. Double jump there, beat through mid. And uh-oh scenario turns good for the Buckeyes as Max Trejo's ready for it.
Elijah Berbasi with that chance there. That could have been really dangerous for Ohio State, but Amatechi just loses the ball ultimately. Kind of slowed up on that, too. I think if he just kept going, would have had a good chance.
Almost pretty much beat those 2 defenders, and like you said, maybe just ran out of gas.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to make a move, trying to do a cutback move, but just really just didn't work out for him.
Trying to find something that works, obviously, for both these 2 teams. It was at this moment in the first half where Louisville scored their first goal. But boy, it's been all Buckeyes for the past 35 minutes or so. Roberts will throw it in here. It's a nice look for Onati. Onati clears in, jumping save. Svetanov there with the good hands again.
And that was Scubas who tried to get the header there. A really good job by Svetanov to cut that ball off. Doesn't allow Nick Scubas to get a real chance at it.
Nice press here from Borkovich, pushing this Louisville Cardinal defense back into the corner. The push ends up going back to the sidelines. Buckeyes have got it through Joel Demian. You were mentioning Scubis, and he was a huge part of that 24-25 team. Had 2 game-winning goals, UNLV and Butler, where he struck gold. And that might be where the Buckeyes need him again here tonight.
No, he hasn't scored this season, so he's got 2 assists, though, so him scoring his first goal of the season in a game like this would certainly be a big one.
Especially such a close one. 1-0.
Yeah.
Call a foul there on the Buckeyes. So to go back here to Alex Fedunov.
Calling out Borkovic.
Get to see that Buckeye fan section. Today was camo t-shirt giveaway for the Buckeyes. So a lot of fans rocking that merchandise selection. But a send-in forward. Buckeyes playing aggressive, and this kind of full field press, it kind of bodes 2 ways. One, it's going to give you a little bit of energy on the team, a little bit more chances. But Harrison, as we've seen already, it also can breed some dangerous defensive chances where Louisville has some space to turn it over.
Yeah, it really does. And, just like their first goal, Louisville's first goal came on a defensive breakdown.
Ooh.
That had to hurt.
Right to the shoulder there of Onati. Borkovic goes back in the box. Whistle the other way. Looked like he kind of grabbed the hair.
Yeah, I think so. Another foul on Borkovic.
Will just go down as a common foul. But another good chance, another 2-on-2. And credit to Onati. Talk about putting the body on the line to generate that.
I thought that went off his head initially. Yeah, it might have gone off his shoulder too, Luke. Had got a really good look at it.
Either way, it's Louisville back in the offensive side. Trailing in, Trejo. Nice ricochet save. Bounces it down and then picks it back up.
All right, really good strike there by Michael Lee. That's from outside the box too.
That'd be Lee's 3rd shot of the game. Team's 5th. Buckeyes, though, just want a moment to breathe after that quick switch around. Trejo's got it. And Maisanoff really does talk up Trejo so much. Not only that he is kind of the leader, the captain in a ship scenario. And Trejo might have to play some good defense as Louisville's got the ball again. Jack Boring, 2-time All-State selection in high school. Gets it in, a fall on it from a Buckeye. They're going to call foul in Louisville. More than 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Buckeyes still trailing the Cardinals, who, as we've mentioned, actually jumped up to number 6 in the NCAA rankings. Talk about for the Buckeyes, even a tie would feel good to walk out with here tonight.
I would think a draw would be a great win for this Ohio State team, but a win would even be better.
A look up top, Kamara header. That was about a foot or two off of scoring the second for the Cards.
Well, Kamara had a really good look at that, didn't he? A lot of space for that header. Just shoots it a little bit wide right. Ohio State just really able to stay alive with a 1-goal deficit.
Their defense has kept them in it. But as so many times as we said this year, their offense is going to have to do something. Nice little play through Borkovic. 3-on-4 right now. Through ball. Connection. Scubis has got it. Plays the giveaway. Up top of the box. Long clear look. Inside and punch out from DeBlasis. Buckeyes have still got control, though. Played it back through Donovan Williams. Demian to Williams. Williams the Pickerington, Ohio native. Pacoda sends inside, still in. Bilo has got it. Bilo sends to a teammate. Gile moving and falling. They say get up, Gile, no foul. Couple of close opportunities for the Buckeyes. 30 seconds left to go in that first half. Got a called off penalty from a collision with Thomas Gile. Buckeyes really nice tackle there, win it. Approaching 10 minutes gone here in our second half. You do wonder when it's going to break open. So many chances against Akron. A through ball there goes too far. Running. Good giveaway from Alex Fedunov. Jack Boring has got it but loses it. Luciano Pacoda from Avon, Ohio. Touches it off the boot. Battled through Joel Demian, and it's Cardinal ball.
Well, that's arguably two penalties that Ohio State would have wanted back right there.
After building up so much momentum, as you mentioned, kind of just transferring it away.
It was Thomas Gale, I think, for twice, both in the box.
The graduate student has definitely got some heart. Tomas out of eligibility years after this one. And he's somebody that I feel like can do so much, but the penalties that he's accrued, tied for first on the team in yellow cards, is something that he's going to have to watch out for this season.
Yeah, and he's one of those leaders for this Ohio State team, right? Veteran of the sport by far, or college soccer rather, I should say, but he's got to can't allow yourself to get too many fouls, too many yellow cards, right? Because that ultimately kills the momentum of your team. In a sport where, a lot of it has to do with momentum, that could lose you games. So, still early enough in the season to clean that up. He knows it, I'm sure. And season will, for Thomas Gale, he's still a core piece for this Ohio State, especially on the back line. He is such a good defender for Ohio State.
So good at getting those passes in and kind of playing a real rotary, fluid position to go from outside to inside, trading away. But, he was tied for first in penalties on the last year team as well. A completely different guy off the field, though, is actually a scholar athlete, has made that every single year so far. The Buckeyes played aggressive there through Nick Skubis. Another goal kick coming. Svetanov actually got an offer from Indiana. Choose Louisville over them. Both teams doing good. Obviously, Indiana had a share of the Big Ten regular season title last season.
I think that Louisville pick for Svetanov has worked out pretty well, hasn't it? Over 100 career saves. Oh. Nice, 6 saves in his sophomore season. That's the most by a Louisville keeper since 1995.
And he's a Blackpool, England guy that, has played on multiple club teams over there. Liverpool FC and Leicester FC. So much experience he brings to the box and guiding this team so far to a 4-0 record, yet to allow in a goal. 1-0 in conference play. But the Buckeyes are starting to encroach. Donovan Williams with the foot to Pacoda. Back to Pacoda, a little bit awkward, and played all the way back to Max Trejo, who's almost at midfield.
Yeah, I don't think that was meant to happen.
Either way, Joel Demian goes. No flag. Demian, touchline kick, and in for a corner.
Oh, here you go. And first corner of the half for Ohio State. Just over 10 minutes in.
Jack Boring was the one to kick it out of bounds. Again, Borkovic will be the one to initialize this. 32 minutes left to go in the second half as the Buckeyes trail.
Nathan Demian's coming back into the game, or excuse me, it's his second game played this season.
You talked about the leadership that can add. Nathan Demian, recovery from injury. And what a story he has. We'll see if he can score here. Borkovic, the lead man, into the zone off a Cardinal head. And it'll bounce off.
And again, that's another corner kick where it fell short. We heard Brian Masonoff say it. Those corners have got to be a little bit longer than what they were in the first half, but that's just another one where it's just falling short and Louisville gets an easy clear.
The Demian brothers trade positions. Joel Demian goes off. Nathan Demian goes on. And when you talk about the Wilma Rudolph Award, it's the award for adversity in the sport. In the sports, I should say, in all of the NCAA. Nathan Demian was one of 3 players to win that in the offseason.
He's got a really cool story.
I mean, nobody thought he was going to come back.
Yeah.
Now, when we heard from the coach, they said his shooting was really solid, but just trying to get some of those passes and obviously the cohesion of missing a few games, that can definitely take a toll on a person.
And I think that's part of the reason why we haven't seen him, especially these first 3 games. He made his debut back versus Akron a couple days ago, but just, getting back up to speed, that takes a long time, especially recovering from an injury, a major injury rather. So take some time, but clearly we're seeing it back on the pitch. He's showing that he's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of gas left. Injury recovery has gone very, very well for the redshirt senior.
And we'll see what the Buckeyes can do with him. You mentioned leadership. You mentioned just his shooting ability. Buckeyes working in and out. Donovan Williams misses the inside. This one's going to go deep in. Buckeyes still playing it on the touchline. Donovan Williams inside, and it's going to get whistled down. We'll see where they call it, as the Buckeyes really wanted possession, but it looks like it's going to be a Louisville throw-in. For more on Louisville and Ohio State, let's hear down from our sideline reporter, Mason Jarrell.
Thanks, guys. Keep an eye on sophomore defender Nick McHenry for Ohio State. He scored his first career goal in the win over Temple, and that performance helped him earn Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week honors. He's quickly becoming a two-way threat for the Buckeyes. Back to you guys.
Much, Mason. An awesome story for Nick McHenry. Again, the defender who scored off of Marco Borkovic's corner. And speaking of corners, what a change of events during that. Louisville just steals possession, goes down.
I was going to say, while Mason was talking, Louisville had a really good quality chance, results in a corner kick, goes off of Nathan Demian's foot. Man, a really good defensive effort, really, to prevent the cross.
Michael Lee. He'll be the one to take it.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. He's got a big boot.
Lee's going to take some patience here. Good chance for the Cardinals, who already lead by 1. Too early of a move, so we're going to do it again. Kamara there was playing the close angle. Here's the boot in from Lee. Off of a Buckeye, Borkovic got first touch. Long shot, a reflection, and Trejo makes sure that it goes over the bar. 8th shot of the game just recorded there from Louisville. 3 of those on target. And they've been really just starting to simmer down to a team that can rely on their defense. Again, Louisville is still yet to allow a goal this entire year.
Yeah, it's been perfect. They're about 28 minutes away from keeping that streak alive. They keep it perfect. It'll be their 5th straight shutout of the season.
Buckeyes trying to end that shutout throw through Borkovic. The ball's a little bit off his foot. And just a booming send out. Max Trejo is going to run all the way to the sidelines. So throwing for the Buckeyes, they'll get it quickly back to Trejo. And Harrison, there's a lot of time left. There's 27 minutes. But we talked about these final periods of each half are going to be very important for the Buckeyes. Is this where you're just dumping the bench and looking to try and score now?
Oh, well, we'll see what Brian Mazonoff has to show. I mean, certainly that's a strategy you could go with. Will Arneson, he's been on the bench since the first half, only 25 minutes played in this game. I expect him to come back on at some point, maybe.
Arneson took a hit during the Akron game.
He
and
did.
You wonder if he's at full strength. This time, Nick McHenry can't quite get it corralled. Scubas loses the duel as well. Louisville moving. Upfield through Vasquez. Vasquez has got a pass, but he's playing 2-on-1. Played through mid. Bridgebasi will get it no good. Stolen away by Roberts with a heck of a move. Slide tackle and an aerialist jump. No whistle comes.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a nifty move by Roberts, wasn't it? But loses the ball. Yeah, ultimately, it's a foul called on him.
And that's good gamesmanship there from Roberts, making sure your opponent is okay.
Yeah, definitely not intentional for sure. I think he might have just lost his footing or just trying to push it up ahead, but just catches the Cardinal player and who draws the foul. And now we got a long set piece coming.
Koali'i will take this one. Chunks it in, right side. Louisville's got a setback. Good little Buckeye turnaround. We'll keep it out of bounds. And Koali'i is actually a pretty interesting story. His family moved over to Massachusetts, but both his parents were students at University of Louisville.
Student athletes too as well. Dad was a baseball player. It's Travis Jordy. His mom was a soccer player from the women's tier here at Louisville.
And he's got a ton of family back in Hawaii as well. That's athletes.
I think he got the mom genes when it comes to soccer. Well, Arneson's getting ready to come back in. Just talked about him just a couple moments ago.
And I think when we were talking about Arneson, I don't think it's as much as he's shaken up. I think it's back to that sub role. Again, wanting to save Arneson for as long as possible. Buckeyes have reserved it for now. Crosser in, head off of the angle. Played there from Vasquez, who was just looking for the open space but couldn't find the angle.
That was a really good cross by Elijah Bridgebasi too.
Buckeyes are just going to play it a little bit slow here on the defense, waiting for the oncoming touch of Quintos. Jack Boring is going to play the 2-on-1. Back to Quintos, who skies it. A jump from Max Trejo with the right fist. Almost activates his Mario genes there with the jump. Under 24 to go. Run on the left side. Good defensive effort there from Roberts, but here's a crosser. That's denied by Donovan Williams. Gile redirects it to Williams, but it's a sliding out-of-bouncer. That's going to amp up the bench.
Yeah, Louisville really liked that one. Oh, yeah, now we got one man down. That's Jack Boring. He's down right now. I can't tell if he's grabbing his knee or his shin. Either way.
Boring was the one that went for that
–
slide tackle attempt, and he is in clear pain.
Hey, you see him limping right now. Keep going, though. Play through the pain.
Lots of adversity here on Jesse Owens Memorial Field in Columbus, Ohio, for this men's soccer matchup. Still a close one. But the Louisville Cardinals, ranked number 6 just this morning for a reason, still have yet to allow a goal. Nick McHenry, last week, was the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. but also he showed some real offense. We talked about that goal off of Borkovic. He's been used a lot on those set pieces, and Andre Roberts is going to get called for a common foul. Big chance here, though, for Louisville to just melt some more time off the clock. Their offense, again, has looked much more surgent here in this second half where, I mean, we were tied up in shots heading into the end of the first.
Louisville's taking a little bit of a lead in that category, 9-5, shots to 10. Shots on goal, 3-2, Cardinals lead, so not as much of a deficit for Ohio State. But both goalkeepers have 2 saves apiece. Actually, obviously the one goal allowed just 3.5 minutes into this match.
Yeah.
And if it stays like that, that's going to be a tough one for Ohio State.
They're going to try and go aggressive to pull something out. No, DeBlasis will get it cleared away. But with 22 minutes left to go, you mentioned those key pieces. Will Arneson is back in for the Buckeyes. One of the foreign players. Ohio State has a lot of Ohio-born players, but Arneson from Denmark.
A few players here from the United Kingdom, too. Borkovic, one of the standout ones for this team.
I think that's one of the best parts about men's Division I soccer here in the NCAA. You get recruitment from just everywhere in the world.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game. Really, you find talent wherever you can, and college sports has changed tremendously. Especially through the introduction of NIL and just allowing schools to use that fund for their teams. But it's changed, and kind of see a little bit on the example throughout the sport, especially college soccer. College soccer is a good example of it.
Here's a longer shot. Ricochet up top. Crosser in. Buckeyes shoot. It's too high. Face in the dirt. A chance of a lifetime. Gone aside.
That was Ohio State's best opportunity all match. And it's
who
Nathan Demian.
Yeah.
Nathan Demian was right there in the box. It just goes just high. What a moment that could have been. What a storybook goal that could have been for Nathan Demian. But
Nathan Demian has got one heck of a story, and boy, just him being up there in the box proves how much he wants it. Flag will go up. Possession will go to the Cardinals.
Some stories don't always have an happy ending, but this match is certainly not over. Still just under 20 minutes to go. Still anything can happen. Both teams are relatively even so far.
And when you talk about stories, I think we get this incredible opportunity because of Student U. This game today is being produced by students at The Ohio State University as part of the Big Ten Network Student U program, an on-campus experience that is unique to the Big Ten. Student U is part of an educational mission to teach the next generation of sports production professionals. For more information, visit BigTenNetwork.com/StudentU. That's BigTenNetwork.com/StudentU. Not only production, but we also mentioned the talent side of myself, Luke Williams, Harrison Hall, and Mason Jarrell down here on the field, learning the ins and outs of broadcast and sideline journalism. A huge thank you to Student U and Big Ten Plus for allowing us to be up here today. And what an incredible game it's been. A close one so far as the Buckeyes moving their way up. 3-on-2. A look stolen away from Ashton Bilo. They just said the highway is closed here today.
Oh, that was a really good defensive effort by Andre Roberts, too. Good slide tackle. Now look at this. Good opportunity for Ohio State if they can just keep this ball moving.
Donovan Williams holds. Williams plays to the left. Chunk inside from Skubis, bouncing off ahead, still dangerous. Out to the semicircle where Williams goes a 1-2 play to Skubis. Skubis inside, a jumping head, just inches away. Couple of really good opportunities, and I think, Harrison, you can tell the frustration of not only this game, but the season is starting to weigh in the Buckeyes.
A little bit, and just, again, that offensive woes we've been talking about at the start of this match, just showing their ugly head a little bit.
You wonder when that goal comes, if it does come for the Buckeyes, and who is that person trying to break this goose egg. You would hate to go 180 minutes in back-to-back games against top 15 opponents and not get a goal. But it's also credit to the Louisville defense, who, again, one of 8 teams who haven't allowed a goal. Maybe that changes here. Borkovich looking. Goes top right here. Long shot. A little bit too high.
Tried to go for the screamer, didn't he, Marko Borkovich? Another really good look. United Kingdom native, and good power on it, but just wide, and Louisville survives another good opportunity by the Buckeyes.
And I think the reason they do is they really cut off Will Arneson on that play, who was, out on a post on a 1v1 that turned into a 1v3. You just can't make that pass.
Yeah, and Borkovich, in that scenario, has to shoot it. Even if you have 2 guys crashing the net, if you have the right defender in the right position, you can easily take away that pass. And ultimately, that's what led to Borkovich taking the shot. And, again, just a good look on it. Just sailed it wide.
Buckeyes will play it slow here. 16 minutes to go in the second half. An opportune look for the Buckeyes that goes awry, and that's been the story of the season. Opportunities, but not goals. Buckeyes trying to avoid going to the negative, 2-2 on the season. Playing towards the back end. Here's a steal away. A dangerous 2-on-3 starts to burn into something else. A run from the upper box, a slide tackle from the Buckeyes to regain some possession. Pressuring forward now. 15 and some change as it's played down low. Skubis back to mid. Played through Pagoda. Cardinals with still this looming 1-goal lead from the goal in the 3rd minute from Chase Vasquez. Cruncher out of the end of the net. Didn't even get to the net, more outside the box there. Buckeyes playing some solidarity passing between themselves as they move it on into the zone here. 4v4, a chance. Here's a fast run, but the pass ricochets off a Cardinal defender. And they're going to try and go the other way. Fast it is. 2v3 looking with a man up the right side. Pass goes in, but is a little bit too high for the heels, or is it? The one-on-one stays in. Tap, touch, and go. Louisville starting to cook up a meal here. Played back through Jack Boring. Louisville will calm it down just a little bit, and boy, a defensive effort all season long, not only by the defensemen, but Alex Svetnov has been really solid, holding things down, keeping things scoreless.
2 saves of this match so far. 8 shots faced has been tremendous.
Oh, fast run for the Buckeyes, though, not giving up on this game. 14 minutes still left to play. And they want to play it, but Louisville just wants to calm things down and really just let the time continue to ride off this clock.
Yeah, this has been a really stressful 1-goal lead that Louisville has just been hanging on to. Ohio State has certainly had their fair share of opportunities, but have not been able to capitalize on it. But the Cardinals, just looking to slow things down right now, just keep this possession, run off the clock.
And part of that success has been through Alex Svetnov. For more on Svetnov, let's head it on down. No! Max Trejo loses it!
Flag is up, though. It's offsides. So Ohio State stays alive.
An incredible one-for-one chance there right at the end, and boy, Max Trejo just beat down to the lower right side. Luckily, that flag did go up. See that one more time, just a long shot from Quentin Wilson.
You can see that flag was clearly up, and I watched that play develop. Quentin Wilson was really behind the defenders, and that was a relatively easy call for the official right there.
Maybe just a little too fast for his heels. Now we'll get to hear from Mason Jarrell on Alex Fetnoff.
Thanks, guys. Louisville's strong start has been fueled by goalkeeper Alex Svetnoff. After missing last season with an injury, he's back in goal with 4 straight shutouts to open 2025. And with 10 career clean sheets, he's now just one more away from moving into the top 5 in Louisville history. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Mason. And we are just having some physical spark-flying game, aren't we, Harrison?
Yeah, we really are. That collision right there. Marko Vorkovic was in the middle of that. This team, Ohio State, has not quit in this match so far. Still down by 1, 12 minutes to go. They've had some really good opportunities. Just have not found anything to put on the score sheet yet.
They have the past 3 shots of any team here on the pitch. The question is going to be, can they score? What has plagued them so many times throughout this season already. The season is young. But it's somewhat of that adage, they grow up before you know it. The season will disappear before your eyes. 11 and some change left to go. Buckeyes with a majority of the offense here in this second half. But Harrison, our game of soccer is not decided by opportunities. It's decided by goals.
Yeah, it really is. And you can't score on those opportunities. You lose games. Similar to how we talked about, right? Ohio State's defense has been pretty good, but if you can't score goals, you're not going to be able to win games.
Vorkovic giveaway, trying to find a goal here. Williams goes up and skies it. Happy defense there from Flip Freddini.
That almost felt like a little bit of a desperate attempt by Donovan Williams. Just try and put something on there.
Excuse me, Philip Fredall.
Yeah, Fredall was there. I think Fredall doesn't even get a piece of it. Results in a goal kick. Free possession, free time to just kill off, end this match.
And this matchup as a whole, I mean, when you talk about the series, all tied up. 5-5-3 all time. And funny enough, even in the month of September, 2-2-1 tied up all time. And both teams trying to break it their way. Louisville with that 3-minute strike looking like the better team so far. But all it takes is one opportunity. 10 minutes left to go. That is definitely enough time to not only score one, but maybe score more for the Buckeyes. Vorkovic is working quickly up that right side. The wing look, the kick back. Vorkovic looking a little bit upset, but that one flies into the box. Almost connecting with his own teammate, Michael Lee. The opportunity was there, but all of these opportunities today are thanks to Big Ten Plus. There's no plus like home on Big Ten Plus. In addition to live games, your subscription includes exclusive access to Big Ten Network's library of classic games, award-winning original programming, and specifically curated digital channels that highlight your favorite Big Ten schools 24/7. Explore all Big Ten Plus has to offer on the app or on BigTenPlus.com. You talk about some of those classic games. We were talking about the football behind the scenes earlier, and we've got a little bit of pushing and shoving.
Be able to watch this game when it's all said and done on the replay. A little tab that you can watch full game highlights.
They had some of the national championship highlights from Big Ten teams on there as well, getting to go back and watch some of the game. Of course, we'll get to see the game in a different format this Friday as the women's Buckeye team takes on Michigan. That'll also be here on Big Ten Plus.
You'll be on that too, Luke.
I will.
Yeah.
Set to be a fun one, and then, of course, all throughout the weekend as well. And then, I mean, when you talk about next month, we're ramping up ice hockey. Got a couple other sports starting up as well. Extend your subscription and get ready to bookmark that tab.
This sport in particular, this is when you start talking about tournament time.
Borkovich looking. Deep shot inside. Bicycle kick. Half effort. The heat up coming through. Chunk in from Nick McHenry, and there's a Cardinal down. No DeBlasis looks to be the man on the ground.
Yeah, that's one of the key members for this back line for the Cardinals. Not entirely sure what happened. A couple subs being made here for Ohio State.
Faupel and Olorunto will enter. Looks like Nick Skubis will be the first one to go off for the Buckeyes. And the Cardinal player in Noah DeBlasis will still be down near that semicircle. 7.5 left to go. Some players getting water, and especially Alex Fedunov, who we just heard Mason talk about on the sideline. An incredible player. So far, 2 saves. We'll get to see this one again. Just not really touched, just didn't get his feet back under him, kind of landed on his knees.
Yeah, I wonder if Arneson maybe made contact with him. Incidental contact, that is.
Either way, this is critical time for the Buckeyes. 7.5 minutes left to go, and they still trail from the Chase Vasquez goal that was scored at minute 3. 80 minutes ago. As a reminder for some of our possible international viewers, we don't play with additional time on our game clock. It is just a straight-up stop-the-clock scenario. So no additional time will be added to the current clock you see. Along with that, games can end in a tie. Neither team has actually tied a match all season long, though.
Louisville's been perfect, trying to go on a 5-game winning streak. Ohio State trying to avoid their 3rd loss of the season. Score stays like this, could be their 3rd game in all 5 matches played that they haven't scored a goal in.
It would not necessarily feel good for the Buckeyes who, I mean, you lose matchup number 1 traveling to Virginia Tech, but then you win both your Wolfstein Classic games. You are the winners of the Wolfstein Classic. And then all of a sudden, it kind of shimmers out as you play Akron, who is always a powerhouse. But, I mean, Akron this year looked really, really good.
They really are. And they're going to be another team to look for as the season progresses and the when NCAA tournament time comes up. Ohio State, I mean, another result like this, I think there's going to be a lot of question marks as the season progresses. Still haven't really found the guy that can really rely on to get those critical goals.
And I think it's very telling that there's only 3 players listed on their roster who have yet to get playing time in a game all season. When you look on the Louisville side, there's 7 or 8 players. They've really found their front. Their scoring crew and their defensemen have been on point. And Buckeyes are down to just 5.5 minutes to try and find a goal to equalize out this game.
Well, that looked like a handball, didn't it?
That's what they'll call it.
Sure did.
Will Arneson.
Eat up more time. That's what Louisville is doing. Just taking their time.
I was wondering this year if we were going to get to see Martin McLaughlin, brother of the goalkeeper, plays kind of at that midfielder role. But he is only a freshman, so obviously giving some of the more veteran players some time. Lots of homegrown talent. You talk about Mazanov has actually appeared on this name twice, not only in the head coaching role, but Jacob Mazanov, the redshirt sophomore, is probably next in line to get some time next year. Donovan Williams, the crosser inside. Good defense. DeBlasis, they won a penalty. Everybody's hands are up in the air. And upset they did not get the call. We'll see if... No, Brian Mazanov, no challenge there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I saw a handball there. Didn't really get a good look at it, but don't think that was a handball. Louisville does survive, though, either way.
4 minutes left to go. Buckeyes are pressuring, but they are really running out of time now. Louisville is playing with house money. All they've got to do is hold on. It is their game to lose. See what the play looks like. Upside through Borkovich. Another 30 seconds gone off the clock. Right side look. Here's the redirection. Played from Pagoda. Onwana Eigenman will send it back. Played forward. Nice jumping catch. And an extra shoulder given. Alex Fedunov, what a performance today.
Yeah, he's been really good. He's been really athletic. Only his third save of this match.
Under 3 minutes to go for a Buckeye offense that has been yearning to try and find the back of the net. An explosive head touch there. Will bounce it off a leg. Out of bounds last off a Buckeye. More time to go. Toss with both hands here. Boring gets it in. Bounce off of Williams. Played to Gile, who kind of just airs it out. Louisville in a ton of control. Gile gets a shoulder touch. Williams looking, denied. Williams will get whistled down. This will go to the Buckeyes, but they're just trying to get the ball. They will stop the clock, so the Buckeyes will at least have that.
Yeah, I think that's for Williams being down. Just 2 minutes to go, though. They got to press up quickly if they want to have a chance of tying this thing up.
Still a one-goal game, always a chance to score until that clock hits triple zeros. Justice Alaranto getting a touch there. Williams has got it. Upfield quickly. Williams misses his pass. And it's cleared back to midfield. Not for too long, though. Gile misses a pass as well. Just out of communication, out of sync right now for the Buckeyes, who are trying desperately to find this late-game goal. Played far. Valpel would just really not get the look he wanted either. Demian gets a quick 1-2 trade-off. Now down to 80 seconds. The buzzer looming. Buckeyes surging. Donovan Williams can't get the reception. It bounces off a chest. And Trejo makes a touch save with his foot out of the box. Alaranto's got it. One or two more chances now for the Buckeyes. They have got to go, go, go. Green light strikes. Playing really slow. Dicing it up. Chess match look. Oh, Gile missed it, but it flies inside. The long shot there from Alaranto.
Yeah, Gile was looking for a flick in the box. He was trying to get it to his teammates, but just missed it, and Louisville ends up with the ball ultimately, gets a good clear.
Trejo is very deep. Buckeyes looking. Redirect in. Roberts doesn't get to it, and it's bounced out again. Under 30 to go now for the Buckeyes. A fast run on the left side, but go to the giveaway. Williams is open. They go through Pacoda. Pacoda 1v2. Pacoda moving inside. There's a shot, but it's blocked. 10 seconds to go. Max Trejo is not close enough. 5 now on the clock. Trejo the clear. Right into the box. Who gets it? Buckeye head, and it's out. Inches away from victory. The game is ripped from them. The Louisville defense stays on top, and their defense remains unbeaten for 5 games straight.
That was the closest chance Ohio State had all match. And that was an inch from going in the net. Just pure chaos in the box. And Louisville